Hi, this is Charlie. We are working on another signature for our Fortune album, and I've got it pretty well laid out and ready to go. So on the front of this, I am playing with two ephemera pieces, and there should be three here. Where'd it go? I'm losing one. Oh, there it is. And then I fussy cut out two additional candles, and I used some Winkostella to brighten up the candles and the flame. And then I cut out this flower, and it's going to match this one here on the front, and it's going to come right down here. And then I'm going to line the candles in a pattern that I like to see across the bottom. And I want to get in here real quick and finish what I didn't. I'm using a black dye to highlight the edges because I want this one to stand out a little bit off the paper and once it gets behind the candles. So let me give it just a little touch of ink. All right, there we go. So this one's going to come down here and sit just in front. And then I'm going to line this candle up here. This taller one is going to come over here. Then I'm going to put up on the front that one, and then the smaller one here. And the flower sits in the background, and with this inked edges, it's pops and it stands out a little bit. And then I cut from the quotes and sayings this one here that says, "Destiny is not written in the stars but carved by our own hands." Now you can cut whatever sentiment you want for this page. Now as for the page, what I used was the 12 by 12. There's another section in here, but this is essentially what's on the 12 by 12. And what sits up here is this saying, "Good fortune." So by the time I got all of this cut out, I cut this down to a size that I wanted to see, and then angle cut a little frame around it, and it's going to sit right in here and act as a tuck. And then I took one of the brass pieces and I went ahead and glued it on so it was done and ready to go. So then when you turn this over, the reverse side, I do believe it, no, it's the reverse side of this. We're playing with this side of it here. And again, there's a strip down the middle and across the top that got cut off. And then I'm playing with this card here, this cutout. And this is the set that I left that little 1/4 inch white rim on because I didn't want to cover this up back here. It is going to slide in behind this piece, and it's going to get taped down roughly centered as best as I can get it. So then when you open it up, you have a spot to journal over here. And then you've got lots of room here for a photo. Now, I'm still playing with this. I cut this out of the cut-aparts, and I was thinking about adding it down here as some texture, leaving you still lots of room for a photo. And I might still do that. Here, we've got the base, and I'm using one of the circled cutouts, mounted it on black cardstock. I've taped it across the bottom, and it's going to sit here as a tuck rather than a pocket. That frees up all this space here for photos. Or you can start doing some hand journaling here. It would be an excellent spot to do that because it's light in color. And then over here, we have this half of this piece. And that is pretty much how the layout is. Now I'm tinkering with this cat. It's out of the ephemera packet. And I really would like to put him in here. But I can't make him a tuck. unless I put him on some black cardstock, and I think it would be kind of hard to cut around the tail, because as you can see, the tail is very jagged unless I just make one circled arch. And the reason I'm saying that is because these are sticky backed. And if I pull that off and I put this down, then this becomes a permanent feature, really limiting what we can do with this page. So I'm still thinking about this, and we'll just see how it evolves. All right, so let's go ahead and get this. This is the back side of this page that I'm using, and it is 8 1/4 by 8 1/4. So let's go ahead and get our panels on. This measures at 6 7/8 across. You're going to score it at 1/2, and then you're going to go also score it at 5/8. And then we're going to tape this in place. And I'm going to bring it right up to that 1/2 inch score mark. And then we're going to do this one as well, and it is measuring at 5 inches across, scoring it at 1/2, and then scoring it again at 5/8. And we're going to slip this in here. I want to get the magnet set. So again, bring this right up to the 1/2 inch score mark. Something off here. All right, now that we've got this on here, I want to make sure by pushing forward on that 1/8 inch score line, I want to reinforce it so that my gusset is nice and flat. And then I want to do the same here. It's pulling forward. I don't know if you can see it, but it's leaning forward, and I don't want it to do that. I want it to just stay even on the edge. Now, the magnet, I already placed it on the big side, and I'm just going to simply peel that off. Make sure my top and bottom are level and even, and then put it down. All right, so I just noticed something, so if you will bear with me. I failed to ink my edges before I got started. Now this one I will tape down. No, this one's on the inside. Excuse me. So this can be glued down. That's a pretty side, but I like that better. I want it matching. I'm kind of a matching person. Okay, just sneak right up next to that 5/8 score and set it down. This needs to come over just a bit before the glue sticks. There we go. Wow, that did not set in there right. There we go. And then we're going to go ahead and tape this one on. And then just a little bit down the middle. I think this is so pretty. Oops. Can't burnish with a piece of black cardstock. I did not ink, it looks like, anything except for the base page. What a silly thing for me to do. So I guess you get to watch me ink. Line that up. Okay. And then I am just simply going to put a tad bit of tape across the bottom. I think I'm going to run a 1/2 inch row. Keeps. No, this is where I want. This is where I want to put it. Come down here, roughly center, about 1/4 inch up, and now we've got a tuck. All right. I've already added tape to this. Come up about 1/4 inch, 1/4 inch in. And there's our tuck rather than a pocket, again freeing up all this space. And let me get this inked. And then we're going to tape this on. Oh, just ran out. Well, that worked out perfect. Wait a minute. Whoa, whoa, stop, 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 stop. I want this on first because I'm not lining this in black cardstock. I want both sides of this. And I'm gonna, because I'm not gonna tear into a thing of glue or tape right now, I'm just gonna glue that small section. I better lay this down right, because once that glue gets down there, I cannot get this back up. Without ruining the whole piece. Okay, so I just inked the edge of this so that there was some standout on it. And then you've got either a place to journal over here, or you can put a photo on this if you wish. All right, so let's work on the front, but I'm going to ink it first. To add some glue. Set this in there. Try and square it up a little bit. All right, I am going to go ahead and glue this down. Right here. Now the first piece for me that's got to go down is this one. And I did use a little bit of Wink of Stella around that. Not going to worry about the stem because everything else is going to hold it in place. I'm going to pull the stem in right off the bottom of the stem of this one here, so it looks like it all belongs. Now what I wanted to do was take this ephemera piece and tuck it in here. Take the one that I fussy cut out and I wanted it here. Shorter of the two so the flower still shows. And I'm covering this piece up, and I was kind of using it as my guide for this candle. And then this candle would step in just in front of it. I might bring this forward just a little bit more. And there we have the ephemera, which has its own sheen. I've used Wink of Stella on those candles. So I will leave them in place and then start to peel the sticky back off of these, if I can get in there. Then we're going to glue this one down. And then this one we will peel the back off. I'd use a pick tool, but I don't think it would do any better of a job than me trying to pick it apart this way. Because at least here I can flick it with my thumbnail. Come on. Just a little tad bit to go. All right, and then I wanted this one. Wanted to try to create somewhat of a layered look. So pick this one up a little bit higher, set it just in behind there. And then I'm going to glue this one in front of this one. There we go. So there is the front. Now I am still trying to decide if I want this here. I think I'm going to hold off. I'm just not really thoroughly convinced that this is where I want this to be, or if this is the right place for it, because it's going to limit some photo opportunity, but it does add a nice element to that. But I'm just going to set it aside and not do anything with it for now. So this is our signature. Let's go ahead and get some 1/2-inch tape at least, and we're going to frame it in. And then a couple strips of 3/8 of an inch. I gotta cap this off or the tip is gonna dry up on me. All right. Okay, let's go ahead and grab our book. And it's going to come in and rest right here, right at the edge, coming all the way up next to this piece that we have right here. I am going to turn it this way. And then line up my edges, bringing the gusset all the way to the end of the page. Make sure it's even, going in even. And now we'll dig in here for the tape. Make sure gusset's standing up. That's what's nice about this thinner ones. I can actually fold it a little bit and get the tape out. All right, making sure that my gusset is standing up straight, and then I'll commit the tape. Give it a good burnish. I want it to stick. Okay, so there we have it. That is our signature for this video, and now I'm going to start to work on this signature over here, and I'll see you then. Bye-bye.